Hi everyone, welcome to TechPrin YouTube channel, your go-to place for all things tech and development. If you've ever run into issues with Docker on macOS, especially when it comes to credential helpers, then this video is for you. In today's tutorial, we are going to walk through how to resolve Docker credential helper issues on macOS and get your Docker workflow running smoothly again. By the end of this video, you will understand what credential helpers are, how to fix common issues like credentials not found, and how to configure Docker for smooth authentication. Let's dive in. Before we get into the solution, let's quickly go over what we are covering today. What credential helper are and why they matter for Docker. How to identify and resolve common credential helper issues on macOS. A step-by-step guide to fixing Docker authentication errors. How to optimize your development workflow by fixing these credential issues. First thing first, let's break down what credential helpers actually are. Credential helpers are tools that securely store and manage your Docker login credentials, so you don't have to keep typing them every time you interact with Docker. They also help keep your authentication details secure, which is especially important for your development workflow. In short, they make Docker's authentication process smoother and more secure. But what happens when these helpers break? That is where issues like credentials not found or cannot retrieve credentials comes in. Let's take a closer look at why this happens. Here is a common error many macOS users encounter as shown on the screen. This error happens when Docker tries to use a credential helper that is either missing or misconfigured. Especially, it is related to a missing Docker credential desktop executable in your system's path. So why does this happen? Well, it could be caused by a configuration mismatch or issue with Docker desktop installation. The good news is we can fix this. Why should we care about fixing these issues? Credential helper problems can severely interrupt your development workflow. Without proper authentication, Docker won't be able to pull or push images, and that can grind your work to a halt. By fixing these issues, you ensure Docker is able to securely store and retrieve your credentials, keeping your projects moving forward without delays. Now, let's see how to resolve this problem. Our goal today is simple. We want to configure Docker to use the OSX keychain credential helper, which is built specially for Mac OS. Why OSS keychain? Well, it is compatible with Mac OS. It is secure and it is already included with Docker Desktop for Mac OS. So it is an easy fix. Let us walk through the steps. Here are the steps to fix the issue. Open Docker configuration file. This file allows us to customize Docker settings. Use the command shown on the screen to open the file. If the file doesn't exist, Docker will create one for you. This is where we will make the necessary adjustments. Next, we need to locate the cred store or cred helpers key in the file. These keys specify which credential helper Docker is using. If you see cred store or cred helpers set to anything other than OSX keychains, that is likely the issue. To resolve the issue, let us configure Docker to use OSS keychain. Simply add or modify the configurations so that cred store is set to OSS keychain. Once you've done that, save the changes. If you're using Nano, just press Ctrl X then Y to confirm and hit enter. Now that we've updated the configuration, it's time to test if the fix worked. Go ahead and try the following Docker commands to check if everything is working perfectly. If these commands run without any credentials error, then you've successfully fixed the issue. If the issue persists, here are a couple of things to check. Check Docker installation. Make sure Docker is properly installed. If necessary, reinstall it. Ensure Docker desktop is up to date. Sometimes, updating Docker desktop can resolve unexpected issues. Once you've double-checked this, try again. To wrap up, we've walked through how to resolve credential helper issues on macOS by configuring Docker to use OSX keychain as the credential helper. We've also seen how to verify the fix and troubleshoot any lingering problems. With this solution, Docker will now securely store and manage your credentials without issues. That is it for today's video. If you found this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more tech tutorials. Got any questions or issues? Drop them in the comments below and I will be happy to help. Thanks for watching and happy coding.